All right, guys, how's it going? So, I've got a number of things I want to talk to you today, but I'm going to do it in a number of videos. Otherwise, I think this would be like a really long video. First of all, if you've stumbled on my channel, these videos are made for friends of mine. This YouTube channel runs parallel with my website, coptalk.com. And these people and myself have been around these parts for a very long time, okay? So don't start running your mouth on that, all right? If you're new around here, you're very welcome, all right? I have zero tolerance for fucking idiots, especially people that were on potties when I first started my website, all right? So let's just get that clear. Now, normally, this video, for example, I would make just for the channel supporters and channel members, because it's more of a closed environment. Do you know what I mean? Like, so then people are only going to be there because they want to support you, and they get it, if you know what I mean. They're not going to run the mouse or anything like that. 'Cause I can't be doing with stress. That's all it is, guys. Can't be doing with stress. But I've just been to England on a little break this week. Just got back last night. So my tolerance levels are quite high at the moment, all right? So I think if I hadn't been to England, there's no way this video would be available to everyone, but we'll see how it goes. So when I was in England, I always say to people before I go away, watch what happens when I go away, something will happen. Do you know what I mean? And I think quite a few things did happen when I was away in terms of FSG and the senior management and things like that. And I did receive some information. I can't remember what day it was. I think it was Wednesday, to be honest with you. I was in a bar, which will come as a surprise. And I was necking 2-for-1 cocktails all evening. And I received an email, a very, very long email with quite a few topics. And I'm going to go over those in my videos today. But at the time I was like, well, yeah, what can I do? I can't deal with this right now. You know, it was evening, I was out, I had company, I'd had a few sherbets. So I did tell some people very close to me what had been said. And then I think on, I don't know what date is here. I don't even know what I'm doing. The 1st of March, which is 3 days ago now. Was that Friday then? Yeah. On the 1st of March, I did opt to post this on the members website in text format. And I didn't post the entire email, I just posted snippets from it. Okay, and this is what I said. I put, okay guys, I've sat on this for a few days, but I'm going to post it. I can post the email that I received in its entirety if requested, but I think my pointers should be enough. This comes from a friend of mine who is most definitely on the inside of certain things at Anfield. I trust them with my life. And then I put anything in bold is my own input, right? So, for example, each bullet point, there may be a claim, and then in bold text afterwards, I added a little bit. I needed to separate the source. I hate using that expression. My friend's words from mine. Obviously, I can't do bold on here, but I'll make it clear which is me. Now, if you or I walked up to one of the club's buildings, right? The various buildings at the club, Liverpool Football Club, any of their buildings, the facilities or whatever. If you or I walked in, what would they do? They'd go, excuse me, can I help you? Right? And you'd be turned around, okay? This source, friend, they can walk in and out and do all of the time. They're part of the fixtures and, what's that saying? Fixtures and fittings, is that what it is? They are part of the club, as Rafa Benitez would say. So this is coming from a really good contributor, if you like. So, first thing that they said, Edwards is very much open to a return, but he wants complete control of all football-related matters if he was to come back. The owners have not dismissed it out of hand. Now, while I've been away, we've seen suggestions of that, right? We've heard this before, but this, you might say, well, this isn't hardly fucking, exciting, but to me, it's who it's coming from, so to me, I can think now, that's definitely true, right? And my contribution to this update, or to that bullet point, if you want, these are my words now. I believe there was some kind of issue before whereby Edwards felt undermined by someone at the club. There were rumours that Edwards and Klopp weren't on the best of terms, all right? But there have been other people that have suggested that he wasn't on the best of terms with Pep Lijnders as well. So what I would say about this is complete control of all football-related matters. That's a lot of power. But I don't think that's coming across right. I don't think it's that. Do you know what I think it is? And that's why I did that little bit there in that update. Is I think Edwards has been undermined before, and someone's pulled rank who has power at the club, but maybe shouldn't have as much power as him with the decisions that he makes. You might need to still pause that and rewind that a bit and listen to that again. Like, when you're employed by someone, depending on, the organisation in which you work, everyone has a rank of, whether you're at the bottom, the top, wherever, and you expect people above you to pull rank occasionally, or to say, no, I want you to do it this way or that, and you have no say in that. I think Edwards, and I think this is what contributed to him leaving the club, and we have gone over this a little bit, me and my friends, as to, timelines and things that could have caused a disagreement. It could be to do with player recruitment. It could be to do with player contracts, extending contracts. Check the video comments. Check the comments under this video, because someone might be able to throw some ideas in. I can already think of some, but I'm not going to encourage them people to post what they've already said to me, because I want to see if anyone can twig, and come up with their own suggestions without me influencing them. So I think when you're hearing that Edwards wants more control, I think what that means is Edwards doesn't want a repeat of a situation where he felt undermined, possibly by someone who really shouldn't be undermining him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm fucking having that. Do you know what I mean? Because why would Edwards say, well, I want control of everything? You want control of what you're doing. It makes him sound a bit, like, I don't like the thought of anyone saying, well, I'll come back, but I want to be in control of everything. No single individual should be in control of anything at Liverpool Football Club, other than the manager, let's say. The manager should be the one that calls the decisions. Maybe, if you were to think, if Edwards came up with a suggestion or an opinion and the manager went, no, then I would think that you would agree with me that Klopp's decision should go. So I can't see that being undermined. Can you? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm the sporting director, I suggest this, and the manager says, well, no, because I want that player. The sporting director surely has to go, all right, I'm here to assist you. Would you agree with that? So I will leave it with you as to whether you think there may be some truth in that Edwards did feel undermined. I mean, when he left, we were all like, the fuck, the club was doing really, really well. Probably at the best it had been at for fucking years. And then suddenly this guy, didn't want to be there anymore. But we were given the, didn't they say something like, it was always a 10-year thing or something? I don't know. It sounded like a load of guff to me at the time anyway. And I think this is why we are seeing this. Edwards wants more control. Now, when we were initially linked with Edwards, when the boss made his decision that he was leaving the club, I didn't believe that. I was like, I did believe that we'd made approach, but I thought there would be a rebuff. I thought it was all like propaganda, like the club saying, well, we tried to bring Edwards back. I thought it was just part of I don't know. I didn't believe it. I believed the approach, but I just didn't believe that they thought they could get him. Now, following the suggestion of a fresh approach, it now sounds like it's very possible. So the first one, a few weeks back, I would have said to you, and probably did on here, never in a million fucking years, guys. Today, completely different. I'd say there's a 70% chance of it happening. And that might change. I might have a different opinion later in the day. Because the door has been left open by Edwards. Absolutely. There are a few, I could go into a bit deeper as to why I think that, but I don't think so. You just have to take my word for it. Well, you don't have to take my word for it. You form your own opinions. These are my opinions. I think there's a good chance. But if Edwards has more control, it could also affect the recruitment of the next Liverpool manager. And I think this is a really important consideration as to where there could be a little bit of a thing here, right? So, for example, what if they really want Edwards to come back, but he's not going along with the popular suggestion of bringing Alonso in, right? If he's then got full control or more control, does he want to have a greater influence over that appointment? Do you understand what I mean? So if Edwards, who is a stats man, is saying, look, Amarim's the man we should be going with, but the owners are going along the line of we should go with Alonso, what happens then? Do you know what I mean? Purely speculation, this bit what I'm talking to you about. I don't think it's rocket science that there's been issues before. This isn't just a case of Edwards saying, yeah, I come back, but I want to be in charge of everything, mate, because I'm fucking great. Do you know what I mean? Don't think it's that. I think it's like, look, I'm down for it, but I think that I should be allowed to get on with my job. And if I make a recommendation, but that's wrong, isn't it? Because if you're making a recommendation, that is all it is a recommendation. See how I go along with it in real time? Anyway, I don't know. This is why I didn't want to do everything in one video. So there will be further videos and you should pay attention to them today, I think. The owners have not dismissed it out of hand. So the owners are in a situation now where they say, okay, we want you to come back. But like any appointment, it's a negotiation. You have to negotiate the terms of employment, right? It's the same with the manager. If you really want a manager to come in, a manager's going to go, look, yeah, I'll come and do it, but this is what I want, X, Y, Z, right? So FSG have to be on the same page with Edwards if he's going to be running the football club, basically. And that means including the next manager, because if Edwards is sporting director or even another position above that or whatever, the chemistry has to be there with the new manager, and he just might have strong opinions about who the next manager should be. So I think this is what's going on at the moment in the background. This is very much Edwards saying, look, I'm up for it, whereas before it was no. But the only thing, it does worry me a little bit, because I don't think anyone should have huge control and influence. And at the end of the day, the owners, whether you like them or not, own the fucking club. So they should be appointing who they want, right? Even if it's something we don't agree with, it's their club. They can do what the fuck they want. But it is also on them to listen to what other people say. Because it'd be like you or I trying to run, the Red Sox. I don't fucking know. Get someone in that knows all about rounders. You know what I mean? They can help me make the decision. I should employ you. Okay, yeah, they said that. So I do think the Edwards thing is a massive turnaround, massive development, which I assume happened while I was away. You know what my memory's like. I don't remember talking about it before I left. Or did I? No, I made the video while I was in the hotel. Yeah, I remember now. So let me know your thoughts on the Edwards situation. I genuinely don't think it's Edwards saying, I want to be top man. I think it's Edwards saying, look, I'm up for it, but I'm not having a fucking repeat of that bullshit. Now, what that bullshit was, if at all it even existed, I don't know. We can only speculate about that. But I have spoke to people about this, and they do come up with some really good suggestions as to what it could have been, the individual player contracts already at the club and stuff like that. So it's interesting. I don't want to go along with the impression or opinion that the sun shines out of Edward's arse, because Liverpool Football Club has survived every single managerial exit, chairman change, ownership change, managerial change. We've sold star players over the years that have made us cry, but we've always got on. We've always got by. Yes, sometimes you have a rocky period afterwards of many decades. But I would still rather go through that than let any one person think that, you know, they were the main man. But again, I genuinely don't think that is what Edwards is saying. I think he's saying, I'm not having that shit if I come back. So let me know what you think. I do have another video now that I'm going to be recording for you, which is about John Henry and Jurgen Klopp. And it's a big one, this one. That's what she said. I'm going to be a good boy. No, I'm going to be a good boy. So that's it. So please let me know your thoughts on this video. I am going to record this other video now and probably have to explain again where this has all come from, so bear with me. Please thumbs up the video if you appreciate the video, not if you necessarily agree with me. Please leave me a comment. The comment is the most important thing. I've missed your comments while I've been away. I'm getting a notification. And if you want to buy me a coffee or a beer, hit the super thanks button. Please read the video description to learn how you can support the channel and access more content, and become a VIP member, which is the absolute best way of supporting me. And after my trip to England this week, I really do need some fucking support. What a fucking rip-off that place is, man. Right, all right, guys. I'll leave it with you, and hopefully I'll be back in a few moments. Well, you won't really notice that, but all right. See you in a bit.